Good morning.
Good morning.
My name's Jackie Newbrook and this is my colleague Tessie Dalton. And your names are?
Mimo.
And?
Beatrice.
Can I have your mark sheets, please? Thank you. First of all, we'd like to know something about you. Where are you from, Mimo?
I'm from Saudi Arabia.
And you, Beatrice?
From Brazil.
And what do you like about living in Brazil?
I love living in Brazil, especially in my city in São Paulo, because we call the city that never stops. You can find all the facilities open until late.
This is a great answer from Beatrice. You should give enough information, but not too much detail in this part. And what do you like about living in the UK?
First of all, the language and the people are very, very polite and transparent. And I think, yeah, this is the most thing that I love.
Mm-hmm. What's the most important meal for you, Mimo?
Lunch.
Mimo only answers with single words. You should always try to give some more details. And who do you eat it with?
Home.
Okay, Beatrice, can you cook?
No, actually I'm terrible cooking.
Beatrice makes a joke, which is good. You should try to be relaxed and don't worry about making mistakes. So who cooks most of your food?
We have a woman in my house, we call maid, and she's always cooking for us.
Mm-hmm.
And her food is absolutely delicious.
Mimo, what type of work would you like to do in the future?
Mechanical engineering.
Why?
I love engines, I love cars, and I love especially sports cars because it's a bit exciting.
And Beatrice, what new skill would you like to learn?
For my future?
Beatrice checks the question without asking for repetition. This is a good technique, and you should always check the question if you're not sure.
I don't know, I'm thinking about going to a university to study marketing, so I think maybe photographing, it would be useful for me.
What kind of television programs do you like best?
Actually, I like soap opera. In
Why?
Brazil, I watch a lot. I don't know, because it's the time that I am at home, so it's easier for me. And I like the story and everything.
Beatrice smiles a lot and is enjoying the test, which gives a good impression. Mimo, do you ever listen to the radio?
BBC News, a lot.
Huh?
Yeah.
When?
When? Sorry. Yesterday. Yesterday in the lessons.
And do you like going to the cinema?
Not much. I don't like actually.
Mimo just answers not much, which isn't enough. You should always explain the reasons for your answer.
No.
Do you like reading newspapers and magazines, Beatrice?
Magazines, I enjoy more. Newspaper, I don't read a lot because, I don't know, in Brazil we have a lot of violence and disasters and it's always about this, so I try to turn off my head off this.
Thank you. Now, in this part of the test, I'm going to give each of you 2 photographs, and I'd like you to talk about your photographs on your own for about a minute, and then to answer a short question about your partner's photographs. Mimo, it's your turn first. And here are your photographs, and they show people enjoying music. Mimo, I'd like you to compare the photographs and say why you think the people are enjoying these experiences.
In the first picture, I think they're enjoying because they're having fun together. They are singing and trying to invent new music.
Mimo just describes what he can see in the pictures and is unsure how to organise his ideas. You should compare the pictures.
And the second picture, she's just relaxing and listening to a professional singer. And I think because it's in the first picture, I think they are like, it's a unique experience because not all friends, all the people can like sing or something. And the second picture, I think, it makes you like think about your life.
Mimo forgets to deal with the second part of the task, so he isn't sure what to say. You have the instructions on the paper to help you to remember. Thank you. Can I have the booklet, please? Thank you. Beatrice, do you like going to concerts?
Yeah, in Brazil I always go, but it's Brazilian music.
This is an excellent answer. Short, but with some detail, and very interesting. You should always try to be interesting. Thank you. Beatrice, here are your photographs, and they show people shopping in different places. I'd like you to compare the photographs and say why the people might have chosen to shop in these places. All right?
Okay, in the first picture I can see a shopping mall and where people can go all the time, like in the day or in the night, and it's like probably in the weekends people are just passing and they decide to buy something.
Beatrice begins her answer by saying what's in the first picture, but she doesn't describe it, she comments on it. This is great.
In the second picture I can see an open air market where it's probably they are looking for something specifically, like they went there to buy something. And why have the people chosen to shop in these places?
Beatrice repeats the question to help her organise her ideas. This is a perfect time to move on to the second part of the task.
I think in the first picture in the shopping mall is practical. It's a place that you can find whatever you want and you can also eat and everything. And in the second picture, I think it's another atmosphere. It's like they are looking for a special something, and I think they can enjoy the streets, the fresh air and everything.
Beatrice has done this really well. You should try to give a well-organised long turn which answers the question clearly in the right time. Thank you. Mimo, do you enjoy shopping?
Not much.
Mimo misses the opportunity to say something interesting. You should take every chance to show a range of language. Now, I'd like you to talk about something together for about 3 minutes. And here are some photographs of people who are concentrating on what they're doing. First, talk to each other about why the different people need to concentrate on what they're doing, and then decide which activity concentration is most important for. All right?
Okay.
It's a good idea to look at each other in part 3. The examiner won't help you or ask you questions.
Let's start with studying. What do you think?
Beatrice starts the discussion by inviting Mimo to comment. You should always try and be supportive of your partner.
I think people really need to focus on studying because they really need it, especially in exams, don't you think?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And actually, here that the man is reading probably is a story that he's really interested in, so I think he needs to focus, even if the place is quite busy and quite noisy. He should focus.
And especially there's a lot of people like around him.
Yeah, and what do you think about the plane, the pilots?
I think they really need to focus because there's lives.
They have a lot of responsibility in their hands and they can't commit a mistake, so.
Beatrice picks up on what Mimo says and expands it. You should try to develop what your partner says.
Yeah, they should focus a lot. And about the acting, theater acting, I think it's very important to focus, don't you think?
Yeah, I think actually they have practiced a lot probably, but with the atmosphere, like the public, it's always like a nervous atmosphere, so they should focus to don't commit mistakes as well.
It's good that they take it in turns to ask and answer questions. You shouldn't try and just give your opinion all the time.
Yeah, and what do you think about the guys who are playing
Video
Video
games.
games.
Yeah, this I think it's more to have fun. You don't need to focus a lot. And what do you think about the waiter?
Beatrice and Mimo are moving on too quickly here. You should say more about each picture before moving on to the next. Otherwise, you won't have enough to say.
Yeah, actually, I think he really need to focus because like people pays him to like bring their stuffs and like something that the people order.
Mimo hesitates a lot. You should try to finish your sentences.
Yeah,
And what do you think about the girl who?
I think this is a really hard activity. She can't like lose her focus in any minute because it's her life.
Yeah.
So I think she really should focus. And which activity is concentration most important for?
Beatrice tries to make the decision too early. They have a lot more time left. You shouldn't try and make your decision too soon.
I think the pilots, because there's like hundreds of lives in their hands. So.
Yeah, and it's like they even cannot sleep and both have to pay attention all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually I couldn't agree more. So we made a decision?
Yeah,
Okay.
pilots.
Thank you. Beatrice confirms the decision at this point, but they still have more time, which they waste. You should use all the time you have available. Sometimes people don't like having to concentrate. Why do you think this is?
I think to relax a little bit because the most of the time they're stressed.
If the examiner asks an open question, it doesn't matter who answers first. And Mimo does well here. You should answer the question if you're ready to do so. Do you agree?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's quite boring for us to concentrate all the time. And it's like people are really stressed out with their works and like they always concentrate. So sometimes it's good to relax a little bit.
Okay. Do you think young people find it easier to concentrate on things than older people?
Probably, yeah, because they don't have a lot of things to worry about. So.
Mimo's not sure what to say here. Remember, examiners don't mark ideas, and there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but I think old people are more used to it. Like they have more experience in concentrating. Like I'm telling you because about myself, because every time that I have to read a book, sometimes I'm always thinking about other things, and I'm like, okay, now I should concentrate, but I can't.
Beatrice, do you think that learning languages requires a lot of effort and concentration?
Yeah, I think it's much easier when you are a child, because it's like if you decide to learn when you are quite old, it's like you become a child again. You don't understand anything and you have to study a lot and improve, so you need a lot of concentration.
And do you agree?
I completely agree with that. It's really easier if someone like learned when he's a child because you don't need to. Because actually, usually, like older people have a lot of things to worry about and think about, and yeah.
Mimo picks up on what Beatrice says and expands it. You should listen to your partner's ideas and try and develop them. And Mimo, how important is it for people to have time to relax and forget the pressure of work or studies?
Sorry, can you say again?
Mimo asks for the question to be repeated. It's much better to do that than answer the wrong question. How important is it for people to have time to relax and forget the pressure of work or study?
For me, I think it's extremely important for anyone to relax a little bit because they need to rest and to chill out a little bit.
What do you think, Beatrice?
Yeah, actually I agree. I think especially like people that works hard and works every day, I think they need to relax because otherwise they will get in their homes really stressed and then they will start to argue with family. So I think it's good to have a moment in the day that you just relax.
And what do young people do to relax in Saudi Arabia and Brazil?
In Saudi Arabia, actually, they go to desert or to countryside houses, or they just stay in home, like together, like with friends, and yeah, and like people very often goes to desert because like it's the most relaxed place, and I mean in my city in Riyadh.
In Brazil, you can do a lot of things. Like, me and my friends, we always like go out or go shopping and these kind of things we like. Actually, I'm not the kind of person that if I like to relax, I like to stay in my house. No, I like to go out and hang out with my friends.
Thank you. That's the end of the test.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.